Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to go over how to hire a $3 an hour OnlyFans chatter to add 20k plus per month to your business consistently. Okay, this was a few years ago now that I started running an OnlyFans agency, and it's always easy doing the results myself, actually delivering the service to the models. When you start off with just a few models, promoting them, actually managing their accounts, it's all relatively low maintenance and it's pretty easy. But it gets to a point when you're scaling these models' accounts that you're going to find that, you need to put more time, energy, and effort into actually nurturing the current audiences that you're building, because these audiences are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Before you know it, it goes from spending 1 hour a day managing DMs to 2 hours a day to 3 hours a day to, 6 hours a day. So there gets a point where this is a crucial position to outsource. Otherwise, you're just never going to be able to scale up to the levels that you want to scale. Back when I started this, when I was still working my 9 to 5, making barely anything, it was a real pain trying to actually train people and get them onboarded while juggling my 9 to 5 and all this. Now, a few years later, we come up with lots of systems, lots of frameworks, lots of templates in terms of how we actually go about training these OnlyFans chatters. And, I'm just going to share you guys some value on this video. So I hope you enjoy. So let's cover, what do OnlyFans chatters do? Well, OnlyFans chatters assist with the general management of DMs from subscribers on the OnlyFans platform. Now, they interact with the subscribers, they form relationships with the subscribers, and they sell content to the subscribers, all on autopilot for you. So all of this is happening and you don't have to have any part of it. Now, an OnlyFans chatter's job is to make you as much money as possible by actively selling content in the DMs 24/7. So if you go to these big OnlyFans model pages and start interacting with them, you're going to notice that you're getting response, pretty much as soon as possible. People are going to be messaging you back, and it's not actually the girl, it's an OnlyFans chatter who's messaging for the girl, and they're going to be selling you content and selling you videos and media that you can purchase from the OnlyFans model. But this is all done through OnlyFans chatters, because there's no way that the model is wanting to spend that sort of time actually messaging her subscribers and managing all of the messages that she gets. Now, the OnlyFans chatters achieve this through leveraging scripts, frameworks when talking to subscribers in the OnlyFans inbox. Okay, now let's cover, why do you need an OnlyFans chatter in the first place? Well, an OnlyFans chatter is an essential part of an OF model that's hoping to do 20k plus per month, as you need to be consistently active in the DMs to not only actually retain the subscribers that you get through your promotion, but you also need to actually sell content to subscribers to make a lot of money, and you need to be selling lots of content in order to really push these numbers up. Now, a couple of hours of being active in the DMs isn't going to be enough when you're managing 100 different subscriber relationships, let alone when you're managing an agency and you're managing 100 subscriber relationships on this model, 300 subscriber relationships on this model. It becomes a lot to manage, so you need to start outsourcing this stuff to OnlyFans chatters. And this is when they come in handy, because you can delegate time-consuming work to the OnlyFans chatters, and they'll even be selling content while you sleep. So it's a super effective way of scaling up your agency's operations and scaling your model's accounts in terms of their profitability. Now, people ask, when should I hire OnlyFans chatters? So if you're an OnlyFans agency owner, managing models, it's my personal opinion that you should only hire an OnlyFans chatter to actually come into the model's account when the model is making at least 3k plus per month. Any less than that, and it's not going to be worth putting in an OnlyFans chatter, as they won't be able to produce enough profitable results with an audience that small to actually be worth it for your agency. If the models are only making $1,000 a month, you put an OnlyFans chatter in there, chances are if she's only making $1,000 a month, the audience just isn't big enough. So you've got a different problem. Your audience size is not big enough for the OnlyFans model. So you need to focus on that first before you can actually start putting in these OnlyFans chatters to start making you lots of money. Because if you put in an OnlyFans chatter and then you're going to be saying, oh, why are you not getting me good results? It's just because the OnlyFans chatter hasn't got enough people to talk to actually be making money. So it's not the OnlyFans chatter's fault, it's because the audience isn't big enough. So normally we've found this is around the sweet spot when you want to start hiring OnlyFans chatters or putting OnlyFans chatters into that specific model's account. Now, as a rule of thumb, when you find yourself having to spend, at least 2 hours a day managing the OnlyFans DMs on one of these accounts, that is when you should hire an OnlyFans chatter to actually manage this for you, because it's just not worth the time and energy that you're putting in when you could be doing higher income producing activities, such as, making the content or managing multiple model relationships, doing the reporting, onboarding, selling more models, all of this managerial stuff. You don't want to be getting caught up on the actual working inside the business. Okay, so let's cover how do you find OnlyFans chatters. So when it comes to finding good OnlyFans chatters to plug and play into an OnlyFans account, it's often very difficult. Now, the OnlyFans chatters who you see on the market, often aren't that good because they have inadequate training. And chances are, if you own a OnlyFans agency, you're going to be getting hit up by people saying, I want to do chatting for you. They're not the best hires, because there's a reason that they're out of the job. Is because they didn't do that good of a job when it comes to chatting for chatting to the subscribers. Okay, so this inadequate training will not only result in the model losing profits and subscribers because the messaging just isn't good, but this will result in a headache for your OnlyFans agency, as you'll be losing the clients. So it's not good for anyone to have a poor performing OnlyFans chatter put into the business, because you're just going to end up, your business is going to decline rapidly because of the poor performance of the OnlyFans chatters. Now, the best places to find OnlyFans chatters are on Upwork, or you can go on onlinejobs.ph. You can go on these websites, post a quick little job application post saying, hey, I'm looking for an OnlyFans chatter. We charge this wage. We'll actually, we need you to be motivated, committed. You can just make a standard job post, and then you can filter through, interview a few of these virtual assistants, and then you can hire the one that you like. There are a couple of viable ways to actually start hiring OnlyFans chatters. If you're part of my private consulting program, then you actually get access to our private pool of OnlyFans chatters that we train. So as you can see here, that we have a done for you service. So essentially, you have private access to the pool of pre-trained OnlyFans chatters that my agency are constantly training. And these virtual assistants have been handpicked by my team, have had hours of extensive training from an experienced OnlyFans agency, and have access to scripts, templates, resources, and more. And we constantly put people into this actual job board here, and it's the private pool that we train up. So we've already got people ready who we can just plug and play into our models' accounts in case we lose a virtual assistant, or a virtual assistant isn't doing a good job. We always have a virtual assistant OnlyFans chatter who we can plug and play. We always have a few under training, which a member of my team is currently doing weekly training calls with these virtual assistants, so we can get them ready in terms of they know what they're doing, they know the templates they need to implement, they know how to get the most out of the subscribers in terms of money, and they know how to build long-lasting relationships with these subscribers. So they are under consistent training. They have 6 weeks worth of training to actually get pushed through until they're actually ready. And then once they're ready, we can then just assign them to models accounts. And as you can see, a lot of them in use are currently by my agency. But of course, those who are in my private consulting program, this has just been released. So they now have access to these virtual assistants, which they can just plug and play into their actual OnlyFans agency and their OnlyFans model accounts who they're managing. Okay. So yeah, that's a very good way of getting OnlyFans chatter virtual assistants. Now you may be asking, how do I actually train OnlyFans chatters? So I'm not going to be walking through the whole in-depth training process. Of course, that's for, people who are in my private consulting program have access to that. But with my agency, we hold weekly training sessions for a pool of OnlyFans chatters, so they can improve their skills and make more money for the models. And we focus on 3 main elements. So the first is efficiency, the second is readability, and the third is effectiveness. So efficiency is how much time are they spending talking to subscribers in relation to how much money are they making from these subscribers. If they're investing a ton of time talking into subscribers who aren't even paying them that much, who aren't even worth that much to the model, then they're not being efficient in our eyes, and that's a massive red flag. The second is readability. So Readability is when messages they are sending out make sense, as well as whether they're easy for the subscriber to understand and take action on. So if the messages they're sending out we read and then they just don't make sense, or the subscribers are getting confused on what they need to do, how much it's going to cost that bit of content, what type of content they're getting, then that's an issue with the readability. So you need to improve upon the actual OnlyFans chatters, virtual assistants, actual messaging. So how concise are they when they send the messages? How much does it make sense? If they can't get that right, that's another red flag. Now, the third is effectiveness. So effectiveness is what is the average lifetime value of each subscriber who joins the model's OnlyFans. So the higher the average lifetime value of these subscribers are, the more effective we know the OnlyFans chatter must be, because it means that they're nurturing the relationship better. So the actual subscriber is staying for longer, which boosts the lifetime value of the subscribers. And it also means that the subscribers are paying more on average for content. They're paying more, giving more tips. In general, they're just paying more money, which means that, increasing their lifetime value, which means the OnlyFans chatter is doing a good job of making sure that everything's readable and they're being efficient when it comes to actually extracting money from these subscribers. Okay, so I hope you guys got a ton of value from this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and if you're not already in our OnlyFans private consulting program, make sure you click the link below, book in a call with myself or my team, and we'll be happy to speak with you and get you onboarded in terms of you get access to all of our resources when it comes to in-depth training on how to actually grow your OnlyFans. We talk about everything. We talk about the exact roadmap that you have, the mindset you need to be in, how to actually set up your agency foundations, model acquisition, the actual delivering a killer service when it comes to onboarding models, managing content, putting content to use in the right place, actually promoting all these different platforms, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, using automations. And we also talk about actually scaling these operations as well. You also have access to our done for you model acquisition service. So in case you're actually struggling to sign models, we can actually plug and play our systems and get leads booked on your calendar for you. So all you got to do is close the sales calls with the model, which of course we provide in-depth training on in this model acquisition module. As well as that, you also get the done for you OnlyFans chatter virtual assistant service. You get chatters you can just plug and play into these models as soon as you sign them up. So we're helping you out with everything. Okay, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.